And every dollar that gets put into this S&P 500 index gets allocated to Coinbase indirectly. And as Coinbase grows bigger and bigger because of it, it moves up the ladder. So it gets more and more pennies of that dollar. And for investors of Coinbase, like this guy who bought at the peak, it's more than just some financial boost. This is a huge symbolic moment. It means that crypto is not just this crazy thing that exists outside the system. It's now officially part of the financial mainstream, and it's being embraced, and it's only going to get bigger. And that brings me to Bitcoin, which is now trading above $100,000 a coin again. After the price went down earlier this year, Bitcoin's recovered. And while a lot of that has to do with ETF flows and institutional demand, keep in mind, the Google searches for Bitcoin are not at their peak. Bitcoin is still near its all-time high, and $100,000 Bitcoin now seems kind of boring. That's a really important perspective to keep in mind because this is not 2022 anymore. Interest rates are still high, but the world is starting to stabilize. And in moments like that, investors don't just hide their money, they look for places for it to go. So if you're wondering why Bitcoin's going higher, why Coinbase is outperforming, why the S&P 500 index is hitting levels we haven't seen in a long time, it's all part of the same story. Peace creates clarity, clarity creates confidence, and confidence fuels the markets to go higher. So here's how I'm personally investing and how I'm thinking about all of this. When the world starts to shift, like when money and politics and power all start to realign, I don't really want to be sitting out on the sidelines just waiting. I don't want to take advice from someone saying that we're about to see the biggest crash ever. Yes, that might happen, but I do want to be in the position of staying invested in the markets, even if they're acting like this. So here's what that looks like for me right now. I'm still dollar cost averaging into the S&P 500, and I'm still buying VTI, which is the broad stock market. VOO is another stock I own, and the two are pretty much 99% correlated. They're almost the same thing. So that hasn't changed. Because I think even in moments of chaos or change, America's biggest companies will still find a way to adapt, and history has shown that time and time again that in the long term, the trend is up, especially when money's flowing back into the US like it is right now. Now second, I'm still buying Bitcoin, not because I think it's going to go to the moon tomorrow or it's going to be worth $1 million anytime soon, but because I think it's becoming a permanent asset in the financial system. It's not just speculation anymore. And every single week and every month that passes,